1. Your finances. It's something of an unspoken social rule that it's generally considered rude to talk about money. Because no matter how much you make or aren't making, talking about your financial situation to other people is bound to either make them feel jealous, uncomfortable, or sorry for you. Complaining about being broke or comparing how much money you make with other people is never a good idea. 2. Your address. Your location, address, name, hobbies, what books or music you like. All those things could be used against you by people with bad intentions. A scammer could, for example, use all this information about you to gain your trust. Stalkers are also probably very happy about every little bit of information they could get. A kidnapper who's planning something would definitely enjoy to be kept updated about your location at all times. For me, a basic rule is, if a random stranger out on the street asks me what is my address and phone number, would I tell him? If the answer to that is no, then I wouldn't put such information on the internet either. 3. Number of divorces. It is an old truth. If people know exactly what the other person is thinking, there will be no friends in the world. You can share your private thoughts in public. It may win you friends, but it can also find you enemies. The worst, of course, is to be ridiculed in public. It is worse because people who post their private thoughts in public are more often than not very vain people. 4. Your family problems. Another thing you're better off just keeping to yourself are your family problems. Because the truth is, everyone has them, but no one really wants to hear about them. Anyway, the issues between you and your family stay between you and your family. No use getting other people involved. It'll only stir up more trouble than it's worth. So next time someone tries to stick their nose in your family's business, simply steer the conversation to another topic or tell them you'd prefer to keep it private. Which brings us to our next point. 5. Your relationship issues. Just like how you should keep your family problems within your family, it's better to keep your relationship issues within relationship as well. Complaining too much about your significant other is only going to paint them in a bad light you tell them to. And although your anger and frustration might pass, others might not be so forgiving. And they might take you confiding your romantic troubles to them to mean that they actually have a say in your relationship, which they don't. 6. Your fears and weaknesses. Talking about our fears and weaknesses takes us to a very vulnerable place. And it's a side of us we shouldn't show to just anyone. Some people can be incredibly two-faced and might just make fun of you for it behind your back, while others might try to manipulate and exploit you when given the chance. Others still might not understand or empathize with you, which is only going to make you feel worse. So before you tell anyone your worries or past mistakes, you need to be absolutely sure that they can be trusted. 7. Your dreams and goals. Finally, but perhaps most importantly, it's probably for the best that you keep all your dreams and goals in life to yourself. Because the more people you share them with, the less motivated you're likely to become. Why? Because people always have something to say. And if you invite them into the conversation, they might try to fill your mind with criticisms, doubts, and discourage you, especially if they can't understand why you want this or that. Don't worry too much about that though. It's not for them to understand. Your dreams are your own, and you deserve to nurture them with the peace of mind only privacy can bring.